ॐ वाङ्मे मनसिः प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचिः प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्मयेति वेदस्य मणिस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेन अहोरात्रान् संदधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् तु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Page 54, Mantra 2. तान् स्त्रिया आत्मभूयम् गच्छति यथा स्वमङ्गं तथा तस्मादेनां न हिनस्ति सास्यैषतामात्मानम् अत्र गतं भावयति. Now Upanishad is talking about the creation or the birth of the jiva. The jiva enters in the father's body in the form of retas. That is first janma. Once the father's body is angam means every part of the body of the father is converted into retas. That retas is transferred to the wife's body, that womb of that patni. Then that jiva grows in that mother's womb. When that jiva is growing in the mother's womb, even though it is a foreign body, entirely new body it is, but that body doesn't not harm to the mother, and mother's body also accept that as though her own organ of the body. She accepts that foreign body like the jiva shariram, which is in the form of retas. She wants to protect that retas is nothing but another form of her husband. So mantra tells, Tan striyam atma bhuyam gacchati. Atma bhuyam means sharira bhavam gacchati. That sperm becomes one of her body limbs. Sharira bhavam means tadatmyam. It becomes one with the mother's body. Striya means that wife's body. It becomes sharira bhavam. Atma bhavam means atma bhuyam means sharira bhavam. Tat means jivatma. That jivatma becomes the one with that stri, or that who is his mother. It takes gacchati yatha swamange swamangam tatha. Just as her own limb jivatma entered. like her own limb, not as a foreign body, but like her own body. Tasmad enam na hinasti. That is why. Tasmat means that is why. Because of this reason alone. Because of this reason means because that Jivatma is not standing separately, becoming one with that mother's body. Tasmat enam na hinasti. It does not harm to that mother. Jivatma does not harm. Sa asya etam atmanam atra gatam bhavayati. Sa means that mother. Asya etam, of this child who is in her womb. Etam means child. Atmanam. Atmanam means has her own part of the body. Sa asya etam atmanam atragatam, which is present in her own womb. Bhavayati, constantly thinking about, constantly taking care of that Jivatma who is growing in her womb, without rejecting that Jivatma. Up to here we saw in the last class. That means she loves that Jivatma as her husband. How much she loves her husband, that much she loves that Jivatma who is growing in her womb. So I am carrying my own husband. She feels like that. I am carrying my own husband in different form. That is, father also thinks I am only growing in her womb. It is my own image. Father also feels my own image is growing. That love towards that Jivatma, both of them have intense love. Not ordinary love. Intense love towards that image which is growing. That is why abortion considered as a bhruna hatya. Abortion is not allowed in our Vaidika dharma. Abortion is a type of a sin. It is a type of hatya, committing a murder like. Bhruna hatya. It is maha papam actually. So, up to here we saw in the last class. Now, what is next? The baby is growing. 10 months baby has to grow in the mother's womb. How the father takes care of that image of his own, which is in the wife's womb. Now that is given in this mantra. Next mantra, third mantra. Sa bhavayitrim bhavayitavya bhavati tam stri garbham bhivarti sogra eva kumaram janmanaha agre adhibhavayati saha yat kumaram janmanaha agre adhibhavayati atmanameva tadbhavayati esham lokanam santyatयै evam santatahi me lokaha tadasya dvitiyam janma. Here in third line, santatya is there. You can write it as santatyai. Santatyai. Sa bhavayitri bhavayitavya bhavati. Sa, that wife of that husband. We have to use such a word, So, she is wife to that husband, which wife is protecting the child. Sa bhavayitri. That lady or that wife who is protecting his own image in her womb. Bhavayitri means nourishes. The one who nourishes. Nourisher anartham. The nourisher of what? Nourisher of the image of her husband. Once she is nourishing her image, her husband's image, husband must take care of her also. Therefore, bhavayitavya bhavati. She also deserves to be nourished. Bhavayitavya bhavati. Once she is nourishing his image, she is also deserved to be nourished. Who can nourish her? Only husband. Husband has to nourish her. Nourish means not only providing food. He has to nourish her emotionally, mentally, physically. All the way he has to nourish her. He has to take care of. That's why Seemantonayanam. What do you mean by Seemantonayanam? When she is pregnant, at 6th month or 5th or 7th month, I don't know, at one particular month, they do Seemantonayanam. That means comb the hair of his wife. The husband comb the hair of his wife. Seemanta Unnayanam. It represents daily he has to comb her hair. Nowadays no hair. Long hair is there. How she can comb her hair too? So difficult. So every day he has to comb her hair. He has to comb her hair and he has to take care of her. What are all things to be done? That much care those days. Okay. Seemanto Nayanam. This is like one type of samskara. Samskara is in the form of ritual. Seemanto Nayanam is a samskara. A samskara is in the form of a ritual. A ritual is a type of prayer. Appudu purinjattundu. Seemanto Nayanam, there are some mantras, some prayers. Those prayers considered as ritual. So Seemanto Nayanam is called samskara. That samskara is called ritual. That ritual is called prayer. That is called bhavayitavya bhavati. Next, tam stri garbham vibharti. Tam stri, that wife, what she does? Garbham, tam garbham vibharti. Vibharti means she is holding that Jivatma in her garbham, in her womb. Garbham vibharti. She is holding, she is carrying. Sa agre eva kumaram janmanaha agre adhibhavayati. Here two agre are coming. Saha. Sogra is there. Saha agre. You have to split it. Saha means father. Agre eva kumaram. Agre means here, before the birth, before the birth of that baby, child. First agre, we take it as a prenatal. Prenatal, before birth, take care by Simantonnayana ritual. Adhibhavayati, bhavayati means by rituals, by prayers. Saha agre adhibhavayati kumaram janmanaha agre. Again, another agre is there. That agre refers to at the time of birth. Second agre, you can take it as at the time of birth. Janmanaha agre, at the time of birth. Then adhibhavayati. Adhi means after birth. Here bhavayati means some prayers to be done, some samskaras to be done. Prenatal, during delivery time and after delivery. Prenatal care, postnatal care. English medical terms. At the time before the birth of the child, through Simantonnayana ritual, they have to take care of the baby. At the time of birth, with mantra jala prokshanam, bhavayati. At the time of birth, once the child is born, they bring mantra jalam and they do punyavachanam. The punyavachanam they do, and they sprinkle water in the whole house. Everywhere, upon everyone they sprinkle. That is called mantra jala prokshanam at the time of birth. It is also a samskara. All samskaras are in the form of mantras, prayers. Then second, adhi bhavayati means after birth, jata karma, ritual is a type of prayer. Again, prayer, mantras are there. Jata karma, samskara or jata karma, ritual. This prokshanam, at the time of birth, mantra jala prokshanam, for the sake of her, it is like for her also it is a new birth, normal delivery sake, without any struggle. She has to give sukha prasavam, they say, sukha prasavam sake, they do lot of prayers. And at the time of pregnancy also, she has to chant a lot of mantras, stotrams. She is not supposed to see any serials. She is supposed to read Ramayanam, Bhagavatam, like that she has to do. Like that Prahlada, when he was in mother's womb itself, listening, Narada was telling lot of stories to Leelavati. And this Prahlada sitting in the mother's womb, so Narada said, you see your son also hearing inside. That's why that baby has got lot of samskara, the beginning itself. So every day someone should come and say the Purana Kathas. Then automatically the baby inside responds. So you are giving samskara when prenatal, not postnatal. Prenatal time itself you are implanting. You are planting the samskara seed. Example, Prahlada. So that's what Prahlada we have to remember. Narayana, Narayana. When Narada is coming, Narayana, he comes and tells and comes inside. At that time, this boy in the mother's womb, listen, Narayana. Therefore, very nice, no? So, adhi means here jata karma, after birth. All these rituals, in so many other rituals are also there. Jateshti ritual, namakaranam, annaprashanam, up to Upanayanam. Up to Upanayanam, Vidyarambham, Aksharabhyasam. So many samskaras. If they are all becoming one, just functions like rituals are meant to refine that jiva. Okay. What purpose na? Prenatal samskaras, postnatal samskaras, at the time of delivery, all these rituals meant to develop EQ, IQ, SQ. EQ means emotional quotient. Emotional quotient. Healthy emotions. IQ means intelligent quotient. SP means you can fill up spiritual quotient. All these samskaras meant to EQ, IQ and SQ. Otherwise the child cannot come with a healthy thoughts, healthy ideas. The child cannot born if we don't provide. That's why mother has to maintain her mental sanity. Father also has to maintain mental sanity while taking care of the baby before birth, after birth. They should not quarrel each other. If they quarrel each other, baby listen, and baby also tomorrow quarrel. No? Another point is extracted here. If father takes care of that baby who is in the wife's womb, tomorrow the baby reciprocate. என்னோட அப்பா ரொம்ப டேக் கேர் எடுக்கிறாரு, என்னோட அம்மாவுக்கு ரொம்ப சேவை பண்ணுறாரு. He is serving so much to my mother for my sake. The child, we think child do not know anything. The Jivatma reciprocate tomorrow, later when the father become second child. Second child and anartham Vayogatam. When he become old, he is like a child only, no? That's what he is going to say, mantra. Yat Kumaram. Now you understand this. Agre Janmanaha Agre Adhi Bhavayati. Bhavayati means taking care of in the form of rituals. That is why conjugal relation is very important when the minds are mature, when the minds are so healthy, calm, quiet, peaceful. Only the conjugal relation should take place. After that also they have to maintain that same balance, tranquility. All will affect the child brain later. Child behavior, everything will affect the child. All the way the child tomorrow is going to, these parents are only going to face that child, healthy child. Parents are only going to face that child. If a child is mentally handicapped, suppose, how much pain the parents have to undergo? Lifelong, not 1 day or 2 days. It is miserable. That's why our people see lot of things. Otherwise, mother, father, their life will become so painful if a child is not healthy mentally. Physically they grow. You just provide food. But the child is not mentally healthy, mentally challenged, suppose. What can you do? How difficult it is. That is why our people were so careful. Even before conjugal relation itself, they do some rituals. And both of them, they like each other or not, that also they see. If they don't like each other, they cannot have a healthy child. Why they kept all this in their mind means, tomorrow all the way child, lifelong, they have to face that child. That's why it is not just a desire comes and enjoying. Later, future, you have to think a lot. This Upanishad everyone should study, not sannyasi. Grihasthas, of course sannyasi has to teach. Grihasthas everyone should study. See next word. Saha yat kumaram janmanaha agre adhibhavayati atmanam eva. Janmanaha agre, before that, at the time of birth, before birth, when father is taking care of by arranging so many rituals, Simanto Nayanam, Mantra Jala Prokshanam, Jatakarma, and so many other things father is taking care of. At that time, Agre Adhibhavayati, whom he is taking care of? Whom he is taking care of? For whose sake he is doing all rituals? Atmanameva, for his own self-image. That's why parents should not think, I am bringing up my child, I am doing lot for the child. You saw newspaper in the front of school for LKG admission, pre-KG. And the night itself, they are sleeping on the road, footpath. Can't they provide inside at least campus? On the road, child, before that itself they are booking. Because a 2-year-old child they are sending to the school, and they are separating the child at the age of 2 years. When the child needs mother's care, father's care, you are not supposed to separate the child from the mother. Because mother is working, they are sending the child to crush. They are crushed there. Crushed, mentally crushed. Mentally crushed. And the separation from mother, the child cannot withstand. Even at the age of 5, 6 also, first time when they come to the school, they cry. They cry. Whole LKG, UKG class, full morning to till evening, cry. The munjal red eye, crying. And parents thinks, let my child get habituated to school. Within a school. So tomorrow that child reciprocate what way? When you become old. You are, both of you are separated me, and I am also separating. That's why you be in old age home. நான் வெளிநாட்டில் இருப்பேன், இங்கிருந்த போய் பார்க்கணும் திருப்பி அப்படிலாம் வேண்டாம். நீ ஓல்ட் ஏஜ் ஹோமில் இரு, நான் அங்கே இருப்பேன். ஏன்னா நீ எல்கேஜிலேயே என்ன செப்பரேஷன் பண்ணிட்டே. நடக்கிறதா இல்லையா? Now our children age, it happening. When we were young, our parents never separated us. At the age of 2, at the age of 3, they have never separated us. That's why our parents have not experienced old age home. Our parents have never experienced old age home. Present parents are going to experience, because the child, the mind, reciprocation. As the father reciprocate to the child, same that child is going to reciprocate towards father. Who says? Upanishad says. Let's look at that. Atmanameva, whom he is taking care of. Child is there at home. நாங்களெல்லாம் 6வது வயசுல தான் ஸ்கூலுக்கே போனோம். 6th year கூட போனோமோ சரியா போவே இல்லை. At the age of 6, 7 only we know what is school. All of us. All of us know school only at the age of 6, 7. So only only we know. Mother, father. So whom you are taking care of? After all, Atmanameva, you yourself. You are taking care of yourself. The child is not separate from you. Tomorrow when you become, say, look into the mantra. Saha yatkumaram janmanaha agre adhibhavayati. Yet Atmanameva tat bhavayati. What his image only. Bhavayati means tat. Bhavayati means what? Through the samskaras he is taking care of. Tat means here samskaras. Through prayers. Through prayers. Atmanameva tad bhavayati. His own image he is taking care of through many rituals. Bhavayati. For what sake? For what sake? Esham lokanam santatyai. Esham lokana means santati means what? Progeny. Perpetuating putra, pautra, prapautra. Lokaha means here son, grandson, great grandson. Putra, pautra, grandson. Putra means son, pautra means grandson, prapautra means great grandson. Ippo Swamiji puts a nice new joke. Dink, double income, no kids. Nowadays, dink and double income, wife and husband both are earning, but no kids. Let us not have kids. Adukku enna per dink and per. D means double, N means income, double income. K means no kids. Enna? Double income, no kids. Edukku kalyanam? What for marriage? See, the Upanishad says, Lokanam santyatyai. The santati, tanu vistare. Santati comes from that verb root, tanu vistare. Let me become many. Let me spread. Lokanam, in the form of son, grandson, great grandson, let me become many, because son is non-different from me. Since son is non-different from me, grandson is also non-different from me. Great grandson is also non-different from me. Therefore, samyak tanoti vistarayati lokanam, son, great grandson, so many children. Their father spreads. Spreading family means nothing but spreading the Veda. What for? These rituals. Once I give these rituals, samskaras to this child, tomorrow this healthy child respect the Veda. And that child will also follow rituals. And that child also will give birth to another Samskrita child. So that everyone protects the Veda. Lokanam santatyai. Tad bhavayati. Esham lokanam. Children are meant to protect Veda. Remember, children are meant to protect Veda in the form of protecting Vedic culture, so that they will not live only for money's sake. They won't become materialistic. They will have emotional quotient, intellect quotient and spiritual quotient. Otherwise, no quotient at all, only khao, pivo, maja, karo, like just animals they live, without any samskara, and making one's own life miserable, leaving the old parents. Before the mantala rain comes, I am so hurried. Let me wait. See, santatyai, for children, for the sake of that dharma propagation. Evam santata hi ime lokaha. Evam, in this manner, santata, with the children, with the progeny, with big family. That's why those days, big family, and they paatella kalyanam panduva. They must have a big family. Now big family odipora. And that girl is asking, that boy is having mother, father, na kalyanam pandika maata nu solra. Mahapapam. Idinna papam illiya, Kaliyugam papam. Those days, the girl they want to bring from a family, is it a big family? They used to see. And boy side also, they see a big family, huge family they need. How our minds have turned totally. Namiruvar, Namakoruvar, and the Uruvar also dinka pochi. Santata hi ime lokaha. Ime lokaha means all these children. Tadasya dvitiyam janma. So this Jivatma is born, now has delivered an artham. How delivered? That father with an intention to give birth to this child has given lot of samskaras. Having given samskaras, after that the healthy child comes. Once healthy child comes out, the father is sharing his responsibilities to the child. That comes in the next mantra. This mantra, whole thing is in the mother's womb. Why I am giving birth to this child? My own image. Whatever I have perpetuated this Vaidika dharma, I am not going to live permanently. I am only a temporary. This, after me, someone should take care of this Vaidika dharma. This culture should be protected. Next generation also should live in a healthy manner. Therefore, he want to protect Vaidika dharma. He want to continue that. Therefore, he gives an image, his own image. I leave this body, but in the form of my son, all undertakings, whatever I have taken up, my son will take care of. So, same thing continuation will take. What continuation? Suppose father is doing lot of temple renovations, temple work, temple charity, lot of things, schools, hospitals, so many noble activities father doing. And he is having lot of trust, or a goshala, or school, or a temple, or a gramam, something he is doing, some annadanam, something he is doing. Tomorrow after his life, who will do that? Someone should take care of them. Therefore, this father wants my activities, whatever I have taken up, must be continued. They should not be discontinued. So, for their continuation's sake, he gives birth to either daughter or son, so that they will take care of when he become old. Now, the child has got dvitiyam janma. In father's body, prathamam janma. Mother's body, dvitiya janma. Then, pitru shariram rupena prathamam. Matru sharira rupena dvitiyam. Then, swashariram. The child has got swashariram after birth. Then, next mantra, 4. Sosyayamatma punyebhyaha karmabhyaha pratidhiyate atha asya ayam itaraha atma kritakrityo vayogataha praitim saha itaha prayanneva punarjayate tadasya tritiyam janma. Now the same father who gave birth to the child, having given birth to the child, now this father has become older. Saha asya ayam atma punyebhyaha karmabhyaha pratidhiyate. Once he has given birth to that child, Ayam Atma means Putra Rupa Atma. Saha Asya Ayam Atma. Saha, that father, Asya Ayam Atma, Putra Rupa Atma, Pratidhiyate, handing over. What handing over? Punyebhyaha karmabhyaha. All those noble activities, what he is doing. My dear son, you take care of this temple now. What I am taking care of one lifetime. My father was taking care of this temple. Now I have taken care of. Next you have to take care of. And the school also. Panchamaha yajnas, Bhuta yajna, and go samrakshanam, Bhuta yajna. And chowtries, Annadanan centers, Manusha yajna, Daiva yajna, Rishi yajna, temples. All were coming from my father. I have taken care of. These are all punya karmas. Now these punya karmas you have to take care of. Father is having all these ideas in the mind. Punyebhyaha karmabhyaha, handing over to the daughter or son. Pratidhiyate. Atha asya ayam itaraha atma. This father who is in his own body now. This father who is in his own body now. Kritagrityaha vayogataha. Appa, I have done lot of noble activities. Now, after me, my son will take care of this. I am kritakrityaha, vayogataha. Now I am old. That is why old people you see, they are like children only. Body rumba krishinju poyirukum. And they also do not know like children only. Almost like children. Second baby sitting on idida. So this son has to take care of father, and the son has to feel, when I was young, my father has taken care of. Now my father is in like a childhood, then I have to take care of. This is called reciprocation. Parasparam bhavayin. Paraspara upakarakam. Paraspara upakarakam. My father gives birth to the child. Tomorrow, the child will perpetuate, propagate, protect, nourish the Vaidika Dharma, and taking care of me also. And when I become like a child, almost what you did for your son or daughter when they are young, and the malam motram ellame, we have to clean for children when they are months babies. Same thing children has to do for father when they are immobile, when they are not able to move. The same thing father, mother, children has to do. Because old age, vayogataha praiti, after getting old age, he leaves the body. When he gets old age, child has to think, son or daughter has to think. When I was in a baby age, my father, mother only has taken care of. When they are in old age, I have to take care of. Not ayah. Not nurse. Or nurse vechandi, or 8,000 or 10,000 nurse will take care of. No. Even though you are capable of arranging a nurse by giving lot of money, but you have to take care of. Adada matru rinam, pitru rinam. By giving money, your rinam will never go away. புரியுறதா? நீ பக்கத்தில் இருந்து அவங்களுக்கு you have to give milk, you have to provide food, you have ஊற்றணும் ஒரு வாட்டி வாயில். நீ முன்னுக்கு ஊற்றிட்டா இல்லையா அப்பா அம்மா, நீ ஊற்றணும் அப்பா அம்மாவுக்கு. ஏன்னா அவங்க கை கூட வாய்க்குள்ளே போகாது. யூ ஹாவ் டு ஃபீடு. ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும். எனக்கு அம்மா ஃபீட் பண்ணிட்டா அப்பா ஃபீட் பண்ணா, இப்போ நான் ஃபீடு பண்ணணும் அம்மாவுக்கு அன்னு புத்தி இருக்க வேண்டாமோ? அது இருந்தால் அப்பா அம்மா நல்ல சம்ஸ்காரம் கொடுத்துருக்கான்னு அர்த்தம். புரியுறதா? அப்படி பண்ணலன்னா நம்ம சம்ஸ்காரம் கொடுக்கலன்னு அர்த்தம். We give nice samskara for them, they do that. Otherwise they won't. They don't know the value. If we do not know how many parents are suffering at the time of old age, You require an emotional support, not money. You require emotional supports. அது பண்ணாதான் அந்த பித்ரு ருணம் மாத்ரு ருணம் கரெக்டாக இருக்கும். கிருத்தகிருத்யகா வயோகதா பிரைத்தி. வயோகதா, when old age comes, when he is going to quit this abode body, praiti, living, saha itaha prayanneva punarjayate. When he goes from this body, he again takes another body. This, now you imagine, the child is born, grown up, and taking father's activities, he also becomes older, dvitiyam janma, having taken swashariram, and he is leaving this body and taking another body. That is tritiyam janma, lokantaram. After praiti, and then after death of this body. So, prathaman janma, father's body. Dvitiyam janma, mother's body. Matru shariram, swashariram. So, mother's, once he takes that father's body, prathamam janma, then tritiyam, mother's swashariram is a dvitiyam janma. See, 3 sharirams, you have to take 3 janmas. 3 sharirams means pitru shariram, matru shariram, swashariram. Janma wise, if you take, first janma is when he takes in the father's body, first janma, already born. Once he has taken that, after delivery, dvitiyam janma, janma wise. Then he takes another body in the next birth. That is called tritiyam janma. Tritiyam janma. That's what it says here. Prayanneva, having left this body, saha itaha. Itaha means from here, from this body. Saha, that person, you have to see both here, son and father. See, first we are talking about the son here, isn't it? Father has given birth in the form of retas, then that jivatma comes in the form of mother's womb, it comes, then it takes swashariram. This putra only become vayogataha, kritakrityaha and praiti. Again, next janma he has to take. Prayan punaha jayate. Punaha jayate means takes another body. Tad asya tritiyam janma. Tadasya tritiyam janma. That we become the 3rd janma. For this jivatma, 3 janmas. In the father's body, once it is born, avasatha, you remember? 3 avasathas. Avasatha means abode. Janma is taken in the pitru shariram. Pitru shariram is avasatha number 1. Matru shariram avasatha number 2, abode. For jivatma. Swashariram avasatha number 3. Abode number 3. Janma wise, father's body 1 janma. Once he takes mother's body, from come out with swashariram. Mother's womb only is protecting, but he has got his own body. So he has taken his body is dvitiyam janma. In the dvitiyam janma, enga pova in the jivatma? Where it goes? The jivatma has to go again travel. Another janma is waiting. Tritiyam janma. This triad will continue. Just go on and on. What is the triad? This jivatma entered in the father's body. That janma, because of accumulated punya, gets another janma. Accumulated punya kritakrityaha aham punyebhyaha karmabhyaha. He has taken lot of punya karmas he has done. From pitashariram, matrashariram, swashariram. He has taken, gets lot of punyam. This triad. Again, next, what? Again father's body, mother's body, again Swashariram. Again from Swashariram, again the triad. Prithishariram, Matrashariram, Swashariram. This triad continuously going on and on and on. One day, because of Punya Paripaka, one day, because of some Punya, why this Shariram for me? Why I have to enter? கொஞ்ச நாளைக்கு வேண்டா போதும், let me go to Upanishad class. ஏன்னா கர்மபியா புண்ணியபியா கர்மபியா ஒரு சைக்கிள் சக்கரம், triad, on and on. But this, after a lot of punya karmas, one day this jiva recognize, let me recognize who am I. Appoda he will take birth as a gnani. gnani ஆயிடுவா. பிறக்கும் போதே ஞானத்தோடு வருவா. ஏன்னா அந்த வைதிக கர்மாக்கள் பண்ணி 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 ஒரு நாளைக்கு வாமதேவன் வரப்போறார். மாடல் எக்ஸாம்பிள், ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் உபனிஷத் இஸ் கோயிங் டு ஷோ. ஆஃப்டர் லாட் ஆஃப் மாத்ரு சரீரம், பித்ரு சரீரம், ஸ்வசரீரம், ஜென்மாஸ் அண்ட் ஜென்மாஸ் ட்ரையட்ல சக்கரத்தில் இருந்தே இருந்து சங்கராச்சாரிய ரைட்ஸ், வாட் ஏ டெரிபிள் லைஃப் இஸ் இட். பித்ரு சரீரம், okay, some extent. Matru Shariram, how miserable that life. Where you have to live in Matru Shariram, next to the toilet, adjacent to the toilet you live. Almost you are floating in the and the liquid and the heat, temperature and the எவ்வளோ பெயின் தெரியுமோ. அந்த பேபி கேனாட் மூவ் த லெக், அப்படியே கட்டி 10 months. நமக்கு இமேஜின் பண்ணுங்க, இஃப் யுவர் ஹேண்ட்ஸ் லெக்ஸ் ஆர் டைட் அண்ட் புட் இன் ஏ செல் லைக் ஒன். அந்த கோவாவில் ஒரு ஜெயில் இருக்கு. அந்த ஜெயிலில் யூ கேனாட் மூவ் யுவர் லெக் ஹேண்ட், அப்படியே இருக்கும். யூ ஹாவ் டு சிட் லைக் தட் ஃபார் மெனி டைம்ஸ், மெனி இயர்ஸ். எப்படி இருக்கும்? Baby and the child suffering in that mother's womb without moving the legs and hands, because no place to move. It is not sukham, prasavam sukhan we are talking. Baby is struggling inside, not able to move the hands and legs. That's why appa hit பண்ணுவா அம்மா வயித்துல. What a struggle. And dukham also. In the mother's womb, dukham. And after coming out also, diarrhea, dysentery. When young age. After, when old age is, before it is coming, old age itself, 30-40 kulle, vyadhis are coming. என்னென்னமோ வியாதி வருது. அப்புறம் ஓல்ட் ஏஜ் பாதை அது வேற. இப்படிப்பட்ட வாழ்க்கை தேவையா అని ஒரு நாளைக்கு ஏதாவது மனசுல தோண, because of punya karma paripakena, this jiva thinks, why I have to enter into mother's womb? Why I have to struggle with the diarrhea, dysentery? Why I have to struggle with the diseases? Why I have to struggle with the old age? I don't want. The jiva want to detach from the sharirams. So Vamadeva enters the mother's womb and recognize that punya just fructify. That comes in the later mantras. The one who can come out of this triad. What for this whole jiva's birth topic na vairagya siddhyartham. More in the next class. Purnamadah purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnameva. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.